So we just gonna act like this is now like a normal routine. Whenever it come to a cannoli fight, we just have to accept it. We just have to sit there and take that. I'm not for it, man. And I'll forever speak up against this. This is injustice in boxing. And I must always speak up about this. It's not the first time, Slim. It's not, man. How long will Cannoli get away with this? And you wonder why B Marsh Boxing will never, ever, 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 ever have this guy's my number one pound for pound. Are you serious? It's been a long day. B Marsh Boxing, I just came in. I've been thinking about this all day. Man was so busy, I couldn't even press record. I ain't have no time today to just be chilly chill and press record and talk to you about this boxing shit. But Cannoli, man, nah, he don't get no credit from me. The Zone tried to sell us that Canelo's stepping up and he's fighting the best. Who says he's the best? Who, De La Hoya? Because he gave him a nice trinket, that Ring Magazine belt? That's what we're not gonna do, man. How long will he keep getting away with this and fellas still keep giving this guy a pass? You guys are some dummies. Give this guy a pass. But I'm gonna listen to guys like Eric Morales, Julio Cesar Chavez, Juan Manuel Marquez. These guys are critical about Cannoli. Guess what they say? The same thing I say, because I got eyes. I watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? I got eyes. I know who Cannoli fights. I know every single opponent he fights. And I told y'all when I do give him credit. But Cannoli's the type of guy, the last time I seen him fight, he tried to sit there and lie to us boxing fans. He might lie to y'all. Y'all might be some casuals. And if the shoe fits, you heard? If the shoe don't fit, it saying don't apply to you. But for those of y'all who thought this man Cannoli is now walking around like Henry Armstrong, Homicide Hank, simultaneous, 3 straps on him in 3 different weight classes. Yeah, you could tell that to some other goofy motherfuckers, but you can't tell that to B Marsh Boxing, Slim. Nah, dogs. Why? He beat Rocky Felder for a regular WBA belt. Callum Smith was the real champ. Now he's about to fight Callum Smith. You know why? You know why, right? Y'all know why, right? If you do, go ahead, hit that thumbs up if you know why this guy fighting. And what the deal, my guy, Main Boxing Biker. Salute, my G. Big up, big up. Yeah. If Julio Cesar Chavez, Juan Manuel Marquez, Eric Morales, these type of guys are critical about Cannoli's opponents, and these are fellow Mexicans, Mexican blood, Azteca Guerrero warriors, then how can I, B Marsh Boxing, not echo their sentiments? I didn't even need to hear from them because first and foremost, I don't even speak Spanish. So I had to read their quotes. But whatever they said, I've been known this, you know what I mean? I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, dogs. We gonna keep letting this man keep getting away with this, and then fellas gonna come here and tell me he's number one pound for pound? On what planet? Slim been on my television since 2010. Been on HBO since 2010. And still hasn't even been close to crack my top 10 pound for pound. You know what I mean? You check it? Yeah, you know why they got the man. Main Boxing Biker already said it right now. He knows what's really good. Main Boxing Biker's in the chat. He says, ain't no pound for pound. The politics of boxing grants him all kind of pass. Callum Smith looked like crap in his last fight. Can only want to fight fighters who seem to be falling off. Every decent win, he had to have an asterisk to his name. And you're saying nothing but the absolute truth, my G. Straight up. Let me look at when Kovalev fought. Let me look at the time Kovalev fought. Let's do this. Let me go to his box rec. I know it was like August of 2019. End of August. Sergey Kovalev. All right. I ain't really a box rec warrior. I ain't been on box rec in I don't know how long, but for the purpose of this video, I want to see the last time Kovalev fought, when he fought Anthony Yard. All right, pull it up. Anthony Yard was August 24th, okay? August 24th, in a fight where he almost got knocked out in the 8th round, all right? So September, So between the 24th and September 1st, let's grant that man a little leeway. Can that man heal up, rest? He'd been in an 8-week training camp to prepare for Anthony Yard. Let Kovalev get his little rest, right? And let's say September 1st. September 1st, October 1st, in October, okay? Because they fought on November the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it was 8 weeks, exactly 8 weeks after the Yard fight. Canoli got the man Kovalev into the ring, and I know there was a kind of weight stipulation. When isn't there a weight stipulation? Fuck with the man Canoli. You know what I mean? Let's be honest, man. Man even had a weight stipulation on Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? Let my joint load up, man. Let my shit load up right quick. I got something else I want to look at. I want to look at of course. Anyways, yeah. So he gave that man exactly 8 weeks, and you know what he told that man Kovalev? This ain't no hyperbole or making shit up. He told Kovalev, dude, okay, I know you fought on August 24th, but if you do not accept this November 2nd date, then the fight is off the table. Forget about it. That's what he told the man. Kovalev was about to get his fattest payday of his life, $12 million. $12 million. That man said, forget about it, man. I'm going to go in there, put up my belt. I've been a champion plenty of times, right? Of that WBO strap, right? So at least 3-time WBO champion at light heavyweight. So he said, forget about it. You could have the belt. I'm going to fight in that joint like a pussy, just pumping out the jab. And I'm the bigger, stronger man, supposedly, allegedly. And them fellas got knocked out. I'm saying got knocked out. I believe in like the 11th round, right? But that's what Canoli does, man. Yeah, but at least Kovalev got 8 weeks. 8 weeks. How about Callum Smith? Callum Smith got 4 weeks, y'all. 4 blood clot weeks to get himself prepared for this fight. Hey, another thing, right? You ain't noticed ever since the man Canoli went to the zone, he don't fight no American fighters except Danny Jacobs. And he knew he could beat Danny Jacobs. I knew he would too, you know. Danny Jacobs is a guy from Brownsville, but he ain't got that Zab Judah, Mike Tyson, Shannon Briggs in him. He ain't got that Brownsville never ran, never will. You know what I'm saying? I know my man, main boxing biker, know all about Brownsville. I know you're a Flatbush dude, you know, Mother Gaston, Livonia, you know what I'm saying, Rockaway Boulevard. But Danny Jacobs don't even strike me as a Brooklynite, just like Teofimo Lopez. Where does the man even resides? In Atlanta, which is all well and fine, but he just ain't got that makeup of a real Brownsvillian, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying he's not, no. You know what I'm saying? But I knew he wasn't going to bring the pain or the terror to the man Canoli. You know what I'm saying? I would even love to give Canoli that fight mad credit, but again, you know, put that man on a weight stipulation, you know what I'm saying? A rehydration clause, like he does everybody, from Kovalev to every single body. Why, if this guy's pound for pound the best fighter in the world, which he's not, don't ever get it twisted. He's not even close, right? But for those who do think he is, like Golden Boy and De La Hoya in Ring Magazine, right? Yeah. Why your man can't just go into a fight legit and just fight a guy regardless, however he rehydrates come fight night? Canoli ain't about that life, you know what I'm saying? And Callum Smith is about to get fucked up, man. I'm trying to tell you, Slim. He about to get his ass handed to him. You see how he looked against that John Ryder guy in his last fight. Slim is busting out the seams to go to 175. He killing himself to make 168. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be food at 175 too. You know what I'm saying? But at 168, he's killing himself. 4-week training camp. Who knows? Lord knows what he's been doing all throughout this COVID for 2020. I seen George Grove giving this man that work, and all it took was one punch from George Grove. Callum Smith to change that fight around, and he knocked him out. Okay, but for the most part, the old George Groves, who was injured too in that fight, was giving him work. You know what I'm saying? So Canoli's resume it's not that great like some how people try to claim it is. You know what I mean? It's not because there's a lot of asterisks, like my man main boxing biker say. You check it, and I'm not a fanboy of anybody. I like to see good boxing, and unfortunately, we never ever get that. Fuck with the man Canoli, we don't. Look at the man freaking Kirkland, man. James Kirkland. James Kirkland hadn't fought since December of 2013. And then he got into that ring, I believe, in May of 2015. I'd been out the ring for so long. You see what exactly happened to him, man. Canoli, man, damn near killed that man. That shit didn't look good. Wasn't right. You check it, so that's what Canoli does, you know what I mean? Canoli is about that taking advantage, asterisks, weight rehydration clauses, you know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate that we have to sit there and just take that as boxing fans. Yo, what the deal, man? What the deal, my man Chris Cabad? Slim, I'm here doing a live, you know what I mean?
What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here talking about Canoli and his next opponent, Callum Smith.
Yeah.
What you think about that fight?
I think it's a good fight.
You think it's a good fight when a man gets only 4 weeks for training camp?
Not 4 weeks. Yeah, he got 4 weeks.
That's what he got, 4 weeks. Because they announced it when? Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
A week ago, I'd made a video because there was rumors that he's going to fight Caleb Plant. And the first thing...
I like this fight better than Caleb Plant. At least this guy fought, like, you know what I'm saying, fought people.
Yeah, absolutely. He's fought better opposition than Caleb Plant. But the first thing I mentioned when I made that video about him possibly fighting Caleb Plant, I said, Caleb Plant, you better forget about Thanksgiving and all that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, you need to stop what you're doing right now, and you need to hit the gym because you only have 5 weeks. You only have 5 weeks. That was a week ago. Now Callum Smith has only 4 weeks. You know what I mean? And I think it's very unfortunate that we as boxing fans, we got to sit there and we know that Canoli probably even going to have a rehydration clause on this guy. You know what I mean? Like he's had for Kovalev, Danny Jacobs, every single body he's been fighting lately. You already know what's going to happen.
Silk, I don't think. What fight is it going to be at 168?
Yes, indeed. 168, yes.
I think that's where Canelo's gonna be at anyway. I don't think he can make 160. I can just look at his body. I don't think he's middleweight no more.
Yeah, well, look, I'm fine with him staying at 168. That's fine. But look, we got some few people in the chat. Black Star Sports TV says trash fight. Canelo always go with the safe bet. Yes, he does. Neutral Natural got the eyes watching emoji. Salute. Black Star Sports TV says Caleb Plant is a way better and skillful fighter than some damn Callum Smith. Who the fuck Caleb? Who Caleb Plant fought? Why? Cause he on PBC?
Nobody.
He ain't fought nobody, Slim. Hey man, that's what we not gonna do. At least this guy been in a tournament. You know what I mean? He was in that World Boxing Super Series and came out victorious. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, man, but he about to get fucked up by Canoli, Slim. Canoli love to pick on these Europeans. Ever since he got on the zone, it's nothing but Euro bashing, Euro bum bashing. You know what I'm saying? These upright, straight up and down, European fighters. Callum Smith got a long-ass torso, man. And you've seen him look terrible versus John Ryder. I had that fight a draw with and them scorecards were ridiculous. You know what I mean? They had a unanimous decision wide for Callum Smith, right? Now, if this guy can't take no body shots from John Ryder, what the fuck is going to happen when he faces the man Canoli? Canoli know what's up.
I think Canelo will stop him by the 6th round.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I was thinking. I said it's gonna go double what happened with Bill Wennington, aka Rocky Feldon. He got stopped in 3. Callum Smith might go 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a little bit better fighter than Bill Wennington.
Hey man, that man Caleb Plant. What's his name? Main Boxing Bikers in the chat. What'd he say? Uskatagi is Plant's best opposition. Absolutely. And you know what happened in that fight,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he dropped the man Uskatagi twice. But still, that fight was close. Caleb Plant barely won that fight. You know what I mean? He got a kind of victory.
Gave that word to.
Huh? He said what?
Usatagi, when he got back up, he started beating the shit
Start
out
beating
of
the
him.
shit out of him, especially in the championship rounds. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
what Caleb Plant done ever since? He's fought some guy, Mike Lee, a guy who be on them Subway commercials, and then he fought some German guy we never heard of. He's had in PBC in the last since probably PBC's inception in 2014. He's had the weakest competition as far as title defenses out of anybody, apart from Danny Garcia's Rod Salka. Caleb Plant has fought a bunch of nobodies. Weak opposition. And Canoli was going to batter him too. I don't go fucking Slim.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that.
they say Slim got.
I was waiting for him to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was waiting for him to step up for at least 2 years now.
Yeah, man. You know, Caleb Plant has never even ever in his life beat a former world champion. Uskatagi was holding an interim belt, and I was there the night he won that motherfucker versus Nah, I'm tripping. Was it? Well, I was there for the first Darrell fight. Y'all can go check out my video, man. That shit got that shit got mad views. People till this day still be commenting on that video. You remember when his uncle went crazy and snuffed the man Uskatagi? Man, that was my best night ever in watching boxing live. That was my best night ever. You know what I'm saying? It was
I
just
think we was all online watching that shit.
yeah. But I was there at the venue. I was there live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just me, T. It was me, T, and the rest of the guys.
Yeah, man. People was going crazy, man. People was laughing like shit.
That dude still banned after that, or is it over now?
I don't know. I haven't seen him since. The Darrell, there was a lot of drama that night. But that's the best guy that Caleb Plant's ever fought. And he's never been like a legitimate real champion. He was only holding an interim strap because DeGale at the time was out with injuries or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you too. Why is it Plant ever fight the other world champion? Because he's with PBC.
Well, they were trying to build up a Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. But
I got David Benavidez stopping him.
And these two guys hate each other. They do. There's bad blood between them two. But look, David Benavidez lost his strap again. This time it wasn't cocaine. He lost it because he ain't make weight. You know what I mean?
He needed to just go up to light heavyweight.
He don't want to, even though the WBC put him in the top 10 rankings, top 15 rankings in the WBC rankings. But the man keeps saying, I don't know why they did that. David Benavidez said, I'm still a 168 pounder. So we shall see.
You got to make the weight first.
It looks like really like the WBC trying to protect Canoli from that guy Benavidez. You know what I mean? Why is the WBC forcing him to go to 175? He lost his strap at 168. You lost it on the scales. If he still want to campaign there, that's his prerogative.
Yeah.
You know? And don't be surprised, y'all, if this fight between Callum Smith and Canoli, they'll probably add that a vacant WBC strap. Because, you know, Callum Smith be walking around planet Earth with a fake-ass WBC diamond strap or some shit, right? And he's been holding that gem for like 2 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if when he fight Canoli, the WBA Ring Magazine title and also a vacant WBC will be on the line.
Can I ask you something? What's up with Canoli contract? Because I read on the thing on this boxing site that he said he can fight. He's not with the zone. He can fight on any platform. He can fight on PBC, ESPN, anywhere he want to fight it.
Well, I ain't read no news in the last 2 days. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll send it to you after we get off.
But I'm assuming he's a free agent, yeah. And I think he just wanted to get off.
On this little clip, he said he's a free agent. He can fight anywhere he want to.
Yeah, he just wanted to get up off of Golden Boy because Pai De La Hoya was pocketing some money that Canoli thought he should have got. So because he's still on the zone, that Callum Smith is going to be on the zone. So he probably going to be
Yeah,
on the.
that's what I'm saying. He said he can fight on the zone. He can go to fight on Fox. He can fight on ESPN. He said he's a free agent, so he can fight anywhere he wants to.
I wonder what his purse going to be, because he was guaranteed 35 million per fight with the old contract. And remember, the zone this year, because of COVID, would try to tell him take 15 million less, and he was tripping. He was like, nah. But I want to know what he gets now.
I'm pretty sure they pissed off. So I doubt they're going to pay him that 35 million.
I have no clue. We shall see. I'll definitely keep everybody updated come closer to fight night when I find out about the purses. But this right here is going to be another Euro bashing. America got the best fighters on the planet. That's not a secret. It's always been like that since boxing started. But Canoli don't even want to fight. He don't want to fight no North American fighters. No Mexicans, no Americans. He said he ain't fighting no Mexicans. But he fought Cesar Chavez, right? Chavez Jr. But then now all of a sudden, he don't want to fight Mexicans. He says he doesn't want to ruin their fucking legacy. He want to give them a chance to blow up or some shit. If that don't sound like a big crock of doo-doo, I don't believe that. He don't want to fight no Mexicans because there might be a possibility he could lose to one, like that David Benavidez.
I think he'll beat up Benavidez though, because Benavidez is too flat-footed.
Too flat-footed, and even Durrell was giving him work.
Yeah. So I don't even want to see that fight, really. The only fight
he got put on his ass. He got put on his ass by Ronald Gavril.
Yeah.
Remember in round 12?
Yeah. That's why I'm not really sold on.
I'd never seen Ronald Gavril fight before that fight, and I've only seen Ronald Gavril twice in my life in both Benavidez fights. A TMT fight, and I've never seen him fight before or after. Something fishy over there. That don't even sound right.
Out of PBC guys, like them younger guys, I'm not sold on playing with Benavidez.
Nah, me neither. I ain't sold on neither.
I think somebody was saying, I think Charlo could go up and beat Benavidez. To me, I know they was having some words one time.
Which Charlo? The 161 who just fought?
Yeah, the 161. The 161 will beat Benavidez.
Now, I don't know about that, man. I don't know.
I don't like Benavidez, man.
I don't know.
He that good.
No, Benavidez is a big kid. He's a big kid. And
he can be easy to hit, though.
Yeah, he's easy to hit.
Boy can punch.
Yeah, so can David Benavidez. And David Benavidez is more of a he likes to fight more than box. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Charlo came from 154. This kid was 19 at 168. Benavidez when I first seen him on TV, and I was like, God damn, he's big as shit. And he's 19.
I think he could be beat though. He looks very beatable to me.
Yeah, well,
I don't think he could beat Danny Jacobs, to be honest with you.
Oh man, Danny Jacobs, man. Danny Jacobs is a guy. I was just talking about Danny Jacobs before you came on here. Danny Jacobs and Teofimo Lopez, they don't strike me as no Brooklynites. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they don't got that Mike Tyson, Shannon Briggs, motherfucking Poison Junior Jones. They don't have that type of aura. You know what I'm saying? Zab Judah, you know what I mean? Mike Tyson. I never even heard the kid Teofimo Lopez even say big up to Brooklyn on his ever. I never even heard it say it out his mouth. And I'm not doubting that's where he's from, y'all. Don't get it twisted. But he strikes me as I don't know. But Danny Jacobs he lives in Atlanta. You know what I mean? He stays in ATL. Got a big ass crib down there. Good for him. You know, he makes M's like he told Jamel Charlo some years ago. I got no problem with Danny Jacobs. He came back from cancer, but I know Danny Jacobs. Motherfucker can punch, but he be fighting like a pussy though. And that's just the truth about it. He do.
Yeah, he
This
fought
guy made
Canelo.
Canoli.
He let
He made
Canelo.
Canoli look like
Let
Sweepy,
Canelo
dogs.
outbox.
He made Canoli look like Pernell Whitaker, dogs. There was one instance, man. He threw like 10 punches and missed them all. Canoli just there on the head movement. Wop, wop, bop, bop. Embarrassing. And then he caught him with one punch. Canoli caught him with one punch before the bell rang. Like, take that with you. I'm saying. Danny Jacobs is who he is, man, you know? Danny Jacobs is a one-time world champion. He finally became a world champion after many years, you know what I mean? And I knew he would lose to Canoli. There was no doubt in my mind. But
I thought he would get Canoli trouble because Canoli, he can move his head and stuff, but the feet don't be going nowhere.
yeah. If Danny Jacobs would sit down on his punches, man, and not just be on some jab shit, set your punches up to crack him with that right. Danny Jacobs was a mean puncher coming up. He was a KO artist. He fights wasn't going the distance. And then, I don't know. Maybe competition. He stepped up his competition, you know. Look what he did to Peter Quillen. That's Danny Jacobs. He's capable of that. And Canoli got a chin. I will give him that. I'll give Canoli.
I paid Quit.
I know you ain't pick Kid Chocolate, man. I know you ain't do that, Chris. Hello? Yo, yo.
Like, cause I didn't.
I picked Danny Jacobs. Not no first round KO, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't see that coming. But I knew he beat him because Kid Chocolate started boxing at 18. He started boxing late. Danny Jacobs was a standout over there in New York City, Golden Gloves and all that. You know? Look at Peter Quillen. He ain't done shit since. Peter Quillen lost to a freaking Angulo at 168. Angulo's a 154 pounder. He lost to him at 168 pounds, and it wasn't even close. And Angulo had been out the ring for years, man. Yeah, I'm saying. So
what happened to Peter Quillen? Did he retire?
Nah, he's still around. He's still around. But he's basically been semi-retired ever since he lost to Danny Jacobs. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. Let me read this chat some more, man. Let me see what fella's saying in the chat. All right. Main Boxing Biker says Benavidez talking all kinds of spicy to Canoli, and still Canoli wants no smoke. What a cherry picker. He don't mention his name. He don't mention no Benavidez name. Main Boxing Biker says between Canoli and Pacquiao, I don't know who have more catchweight fights. Definitely Canoli. Because Canoli beats guys on it's already.
I don't know.
I think it's Canoli. You think it's a tie? How many catchweights has Margarito at 150? Cotto at 145?
Yeah, who else? He fought somebody else at the catchweight.
Who?
He made what's his name? Marquez come up.
What? Which fight? They fought 4 times. The first one was featherweight. Second one was 130. The third one was 147. And that was the biggest robbery out of all 4 fights. I thought Marquez won that shit wide, like 8 rounds to 4. And I was rooting for Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But
I could have sworn the third one, that when he got knocked down there, I just knew Pacquiao was going to knock him out. I didn't know why. I ain't see it like because of that. Like, keep bringing him up. He ain't gonna be able to knock him out. I didn't think he was gonna be able to knock him out like that.
Yeah, that fourth one was at a 147. No catchweight, nothing.
Yeah, but you know Marquez ain't 147.
No, he's not. But the previous fight too.
Pacquiao was gonna knock him out before the fight.
The previous fight too was at the third fight, which was a robbery, was at 147. So Pacquiao's only had so far. We've counted 3. What else?
Them fights you could hit because Marquez is not no damn welterweight.
Well, man, Manny Pacquiao came down from a lower weight class. Period from Marquez.
He's been campaigning at that weight for some years though.
What, the 145? I'm sorry, 147? Yeah, he beat Cotto there at the catchweight.
Marquez ain't and he fought yeah, but Marquez ain't never fought at 147 after he fought Cotto.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna call that one. That ain't no catchweight. that's dude coming up to the weight class. One,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
the former.
no rehydration clause or. But then again, like I said, Pacquiao, just like Floyd Mayweather says, y'all try to say, y'all try to say, Pacquiao's I'm bigger than Pacquiao, but we came from this. I came up in weight too. That's what Floyd always would say. I came up in weight too. I started at Floyd. Be always said I came in this at featherweight. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
We both. You think Claudio threw that fight against Pacquiao, bro?
It sure looked like it.
I
Sure did.
always wanted that for years because it's like,
Yeah,
fight.
that pack. This dude was in the high guard for 12 rounds. They ain't even throw no punches back. That wasn't for no strap. At least not no strap Claudio had. Maybe a strap Pacquiao had. Yeah. Yeah, that fight did look a little sus over there in Texas Stadium, right?
Yeah, because I looked at it, I'm like, man, I thought it was gonna be a good fight. I'm like, yo, this dude ain't even fight.
Nope. It wasn't the same Claudio who beat up Zab Judah and and rest in peace,
bro.
Diego Corrales.
I didn't like that fight. He beat the fuck out.
He beat the shit out of him. But then again, Corrales came from 135 to 147. That's 2 weight classes.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Hey, I don't know why he did that, but he got his ass whooped, man.
He couldn't make 140. That's why he came up to 147.
Yeah, man. But the previous fight before that, it was at 135 when he fought Castillo. But Castillo didn't make weight for the second fight. He came in big as shit. He said, you ain't gonna knock me out. You ain't gonna do that again. I don't care about no strap. Because there was some straps on the line. He said, I'm gonna come in big. And he stopped him in like 5 rounds.
That first fight, what's his name? Corrales kept spinning his mouthpiece up, bro.
Yeah. And you sound a little low, like you far from the phone.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I said he kept spinning his mouthpiece out trying to buy time when he was getting beat up by
Yeah. And it worked for him, right? Unlike Anthony Joshua, who was trying to do that shit versus Ruiz. That shit ain't work for him.
No.
It worked for motherfucking Corrales, dogs. And he got a point deducted. Don't even matter. He knocked him out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because I knew something about that. I was like, yo, he get too much time with that.
You know, in boxing, you can do stuff like that, man. Like, and you know you're going to get a point deducted. You could give a motherfucker a crucial headbutt, a big low blow, and you could zap out some energy or some Amir Khan versus Zab Judah shit, and then just beat the shit out of him. You know what I mean? Shit, in fight night, man, sometimes in fight night, I just give him a headbutt or a low blow. Because I'm trying to hurry up and knock your ass out. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. What else they saying in the chat? Main Boxing Biker says I read that. Canelo and Pacquiao. I think Canelo got more catch weight rehydration clauses. You know what I mean? I think he does. Can't hear you.
I mean, the
Canelo be having the rehydration clause. You can't come over a certain weight, like 10 pounds.
I knew he did that to Angulo, right?
Angulo, Danny Jacobs, Sergey Kovalev. Who'd he fight? The Triple G's, both fights. Who else? Man, he does that with everybody. I can't remember if he did that with Kirkland and Liam Smith, but the Kirkland fight, man, he brought Kirkland off the shelf. Kirkland had been out the ring for like 2 years, and he didn't even have Ann Wolfe. I didn't like that fight one bit, man. I didn't like it that they were making it, and I didn't like how it ended.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, man, and it was
he tailor-made for. I don't care if Ann Wolfe was in there. He tailor-made
for Canelo. Yeah. He did win at least 1 or 2 rounds, though. It only went 4. He won the first 2. Then he got
So
tired.
that was because whatchamacallit wasn't really punching back. That's
Yeah,
why.
he got tired, and then he got his ass clapped.
What gives Canoli trouble, like I always thought from getting people with feet, that's why he can fight Florida 100 times, he'll never win.
I think that's probably why people think that Caleb Plant is a better fight than
Yeah, because he moves.
because he moves.
But,
Where was all that movement?
that good because he got hit by
Uskatagi.
That guy was
Yeah. He barely won that fight. Let's put things in perspectives.
I don't think it's a good
He barely won that fight, even though he put Uskatagi on the canvas twice.
You know, I think the most dangerous person to Andrade against Canelo, probably.
Exactly, and he's a southpaw.
Yeah, and a southpaw. It'd be like Lara all over again.
Mm-hmm. That's why he don't mention his name.
Yeah, Triple G don't even want to fight that boy.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let me read some more in the chat. All right. Where we at? Where we at in the chat? It's a lot of comments. Main Boxing Biker says in that fight with Kovalev in that fight with Kovalev looked fake. Kov was offered a deal that if he loses to Canoli, they'll give him a contract. Main Boxing Biker said, I went to school in the Ville. True indeed. Brownsville never ran, never will. Main Boxing Biker said, I used to talk to Danny Jacobs' cousin. Okay. Main Boxing Biker says, and Kirkland was not with Ann Wolf. Absolutely. Main Boxing Biker says, ask Chris if he thinks Callum Smith won his last fight. What you thought? You thought he won his last fight versus John Ryder?
Callum Smith. Mm-hmm. I thought that was, I had it like, it could have went either way.
Yeah, I had it a draw.
Yeah.
I had it a draw. I covered that fight the day it happened. I watched it live.
I watched it with Beats, I think.
And I was like, holy shit, them scorecards.
I think your man would be, what's the dude that got beat by Ward? What's the man name?
Sullivan? Barrera?
No, the one that got beat by that be doing the score, that his scorecards, the one that got beat by Andre Ward.
Somebody who lost the award?
Yeah, what's his name? Carl Froch.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like him when he be doing his scorecards, bro.
Yeah. He's trash. Yeah, he's bad.
Obviously favoring the other guy.
I miss Jim Watt when it come to that British boxing. Jim Watt was the best.
Yeah.
Just his voice, you already knew it, because I'd been hearing it for years. All right. Neutral Natural says, when will Canelo drop that Super WBA middleweight belt? Good question. He needs to. He needs to let that go. Because he's not campaigning at 160 no more. He need to let that go. Yeah, that's true indeed. Good one. All right. Where we at in the chat? Main Boxing Biker, yeah, I read that. Black Star Sports TV said Super Series. Who in that? Euros? Yeah, it was European fighters. And you ain't watched that? Black Star Sports TV? You ain't watched that? I watch all boxing, no matter where it's from, whatever part of the globe. And sure enough, he did win this World Super Series against George Groves. That was the final. Neutral Natural says... You said what?
Chris Eubanks disappointed me in that tournament.
Yeah, he did. But I did pick George Groves to beat him. I did. Neutral Natural says... Nobody was talking about Callum Smith in 2017 after he won World Boxing Super Series on YouTube. Black Star Sports TV says exactly he got no chance. Main Boxing Biker says Callum Smith gonna have a fat camp. Absolutely. He's struggling to make 168. It's apparent. You just watch that John Ryder fight. You know what I mean? You know? And look at that long ass torso, man. He's tailor made for Canoli, man. Rib shots, rib cage gonna be obliterated. Main Boxing Biker says Plant was bleeding out an airy hole in his face. I guess Uskatagi. He was. Hey, you see how Caleb Plant looked like a kind of smooth white boy. Slim looked like John B, the R&B singer from the '90s, right? Look how he looked after that Uskatagi fight, man. He looked like a redneck. He looked like a redneck from West Virginia, like he was digging in the coal mines. You know what I'm saying?
That's why somebody in the chat was saying it'd be a good fight against Canelo. The way Oscar Tagi was tagging him, I don't think so.
Yeah. And I did it. Don't get it twisted. I did have Caleb Plant win that fight, but barely. Like by one round. You know what I'm saying? If there were no knockdowns, if there were no 2 10-8 rounds, I might have had that fight for Uskatagi, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, but that man looked totally different after that Uskatagi fight. He ain't look like a smooth white boy.
Remind me of, though. You know what that fight kind of remind me of?
Yeah.
Mikey Garcia and Salido.
True. Yep. Mikey got his hair knocked all over the place. He looked like he back in Oxnard, California, picking strawberries in the strawberry fields after that Salido fight.
I don't get what nobody said. He should have a L, don't you think? Because he quit.
Yeah, he quit, man. He quit, man. And his brother was the one trying to make the referee stop this fight, Robert Garcia. I didn't like that.
Can you legally, don't that supposed to be an L? Because I ain't never heard nobody stop the fight because you got a broken nose before.
Well, man, look, they did that to Avni Yildirim versus the Dog Durrell. Okay, the Dog Durrell was winning the earlier rounds. Then Avni's just starting to whoop his ass. He's whooping his ass. And dude got a big ass. His eye started to swell. I've seen worse in boxing. I've seen worse, and it's gone to the distance. Hey, man, Durrell weaseled his way up out of that fight. They stopped it in the 10th round, and they went to the scorecards. I thought that was disgusting, man, because that fight was for a world title. You know what I mean? That fight was for a world title. And Avni Yildirim is still sitting on that mandatory for the next shot at the WBC 168-pound title because of what happened in that fight versus the Dog Durrell.
That's a forfeit if you ask me.
Yeah, it should be a... Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that was bad. And that's the same scenario with the dog. The Dog Durrell didn't even, he was basically saying, man, look at my eye. Like, come on, dogs. This is a fight, man. It's a fight.
Yeah, I'm pushing out.
Yeah, your eye ain't even swollen shut. It's not swollen. That was bad, man. And that's why I've never respected the Dog Durrell. I thought he lost to Sakio Bika in that first fight, man. You know? I have never respected that guy. You know what I mean? He talks a lot. He talks a lot of shit, and he's not that good of a fighter. But it's crazy how he got his brother, the Matrix, the Andre Durrell, got way more talent than he do, and he's never been a world champion. The Dog Durrell been a world champion twice. That's fucked up, man. That don't even sound right. All right, where we at in the chat? Did I read this? Main Boxing Biker said Callum Smith going to have a fat camp. Yes. Neutral Natural says Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez needs to happen ASAP. Absolutely. Will Caleb Plant give this man an opportunity to fight for a world title? Even because Benavidez no longer has a strap. It's no longer going to be a unification. WBC and IBF. If
Caleb Plant better fight somebody.
If Caleb Plant don't fight him, then we already know what's really good. You know what I mean? You don't want no smoke with that guy. And these two guys hate each other. That's bad blood right there, like some Eric Morales and Barrera shit in the late 90s, early 2000s. They don't like each other. They even had a little... They
could sell that fight, bro.
Hell yeah.
Same promoter.
Hell yeah, they could sell it, man. They had a little fake-ass little shoving contest, and they was about to fight in the gym. You know what I mean?
His brother rolled up on him, too, the lighter weight dude.
Yeah.
Before Caleb Plant before.
Mm-hmm. Where we at in the chat? I want okay. Main Boxing Biker says Plant. Okay, I read that. I want Cannoli versus Benavidez. Yes. Main Boxing Biker says Durrell uncle though. LOL. That bare knuckle punch. Yeah, I was there live for that. Main Boxing Biker. That shit was a movie that night. I'm trying to tell you, man. Just go to my channel, go find that video. Just go ahead and read the comment section. Just go ahead and read the comment section. See how people just wilding out.
All the real uncle ain't got no kind of power.
Hell no, he ain't got no power. That man, David, that man who's Kentucky looked at him like, huh? Are you serious?
Yeah, I was like.
Then he kicked him. He ain't even throw no punches back. He threw a kick at him.
Yeah.
All right.
He hit him like with a combination.
Yeah, two piece. All right and the left. All right, where we at in the chat? Neutral. Okay, no. Neutral Natural says PBC always marinates fights for no reason. Well, well, I do believe. I'm trying to tell you. This is my belief. You see, Benavidez had a mandatory. He had to fight Yildirim, okay? He lost his strap. I believe if he got through his mandatory and Caleb Plant got through whoever he had to fight, I believe that fight would be next. Because there was two super middleweight title holders in the States, Benavidez and Caleb Plant. And in England, they had two. Motherfucking Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. But it's funny how Canoli hasn't even mentioned the American guys. But he been salivating at the motherfucking British dudes, Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith, because you already know what's up, man. It's just a different kind of boxing on different sides of the pond, you know. And I'm not saying that there ain't no good fighters who could ever come out of England or Europe, period. Nah, I'm not saying that. But for the most part, I will put my money on the American fighter any day over the European fighter. As far as when it comes to skill set, you know what I mean? Now, Tyson Fury beat Wilder, but Wilder is a punch artist. He's a knockout artist, not so much a guy who has intangibles in the skill set. Tyson Fury do. You know what I mean? But what's an example? I don't know.
Wait till Tyson Fury fight somebody that can box, though.
Yeah, but who can box in the mid heavyweight division right now?
Nobody right now.
Yeah.
Nobody right now. He just came along like so that happens every few years. They come along, we ain't really nobody in the division.
Yeah. Okay, where we at in the chat? Neutral Natural says WBC put him at number 1 at 175. Yeah, they don't want David Benavidez at 168 where Canoli will be. That's why they telling him go to 175. We'll even make you number 1. And Benavidez has said out of his mouth, man, he's not no light heavyweight. He's still campaigning at 168. But you know, WBC right now is like on some mafia shit. They're on some real mafia thing right now. You know what I mean? Suleiman is more gangster than his pops. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with these bridge away strap.
What happened today? Because I'm looking.
What happened to who?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Teofimo Lopez cussed out the WBC. I was down my feet. What happened?
I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt it's because there's two title holders with the WBC and both of them paying sanctioning fees. Devin Haney and Teofimo. I wouldn't stamp for that neither. As a matter of fact, I would probably, but you know, these guys, a man like Teofimo could probably say, you know what, fuck your strap. I'm gonna vacate it because y'all playing games. But Devin Haney can't afford to do that. If he ain't got no strap, ain't nobody gonna want to fight him. You know what I mean? So he can't really just. And Devin Haney's been vocal about that too, about paying them sanctioning bodies. He's been vocal about it. But the WBC is on some mafia thing right now, man. You know, Main Boxing Biker says the WBC wants Benavidez to leave Canoli alone. Absolutely. Neutral Natural says Canoli is a boring fighter to me to watch, in my opinion. I ain't gonna agree with that. He ain't boring to me. I like body shots. I like his head movement, man. His head movement is Canoli. His upper body head movement is second to none in boxing right now. I seen him make Triple G. Yeah, he said he's boring to watch. I can't. Maybe for you, not for me. To me, in boxing, I like all kind of styles. So there's nobody who's really boring. A fight can be boring, not a particular fighter. You know what I mean? A fight can be boring if both guys ain't stepping on the gas. They just want to, and it's maybe one sided. But yeah, a fight can be boring. But I don't consider no one fighter boring. I don't think I've ever said that out of my mouth. I don't watch Slim because he boring. Oh, huh?
Tyson Fury and Klitschko was boring as fuck.
You know, the first night I watched that,
12 punches. 12 punches around. It seemed hard.
Yeah, you know, the night matter of fact, it wasn't nighttime when I watched it because that fight was in the afternoon. HBO. It was out of Germany, Dusseldorf, Germany. So it was at about 5:00. I remember I watched it with my little brother, my man's, and this shorty. You know what I mean? We went to their crib to watch that. And I was just so fucking surprised and shocked and happy that this 10-year chokehold on the heavyweight division is over. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was boring. I thought it was a master class box. Look, he didn't hurt the guy, but the guy, Vlad, fought like a pussy, man. You know what I mean? Vlad only started to wake up in round 11. It was too late. It was too late at that point. But right now, that's a good fight. If you're having trouble to sleep, if you're having insomnia, put that fight on. You'll be asleep within 5 minutes. Yeah. That I do know because, Chris, I'm going to tell you right now, I've watched that fight live, the whole fight once. I've tried to watch it again, and I ain't never finished. Me too. I never finished. I tried to watch it again, man. I shit y'all not. But I never finished it, man.
Yeah, because you're going to fall asleep because there ain't no action going on here.
Yeah. All right. Where we at in the chat? All right. Bang Boxing Biker says he says to add neutral natural. PBC give you Thurman versus Porter, Thurman Garcia, Pack versus Thurman, Spence versus Porter, Spence versus Garcia, Spence versus Danny Garcia. What else you want, son? Neutral Natural says marinated Charlo versus Hurd. Now that one, I agree with everything Main Boxing Biker say. And in the last, what are we in 2020? Since PBC came into the boxing game, PBC has had more unifications than any other network, whether it's DAZN or Bob Arum's Top Rank. PBC has had more unifications. But I agree also with Neutral Natural. That Hurd and Charlo shit, that was bad, dogs. Because look what happened, man. I went to fucking Hurd's fight, man. He got a homecoming fight here. It wasn't in D.C., it was in Virginia. I was pissed I even had to go all the way out there just to see our hometown guy, Jarrett Hurd, lose, man. That was a bad night of boxing. And it was raining all night. It was a cold April. It was a cold April evening. But that fight right there, right? What had happened was Jarrett Hurd got injured. He sustained an injury. And he came back versus he sustained the injury versus the Jason Wellborn guy on the December 1st of 2018 for that Wilder versus Fury, the first fight. So he had to sit out for a while. Then he said he needs one tune-up fight before he faces Charlo. At that point in time, Charlo had lost. A few weeks later, after Hurd had just beat Jason Wellborn, he lost to Tony Harrison, okay? So the man, Jarrett Hurd, sitting pretty. He got 2 straps. The motherfucker Charlo lost, you know what I mean, to Tony Harrison, okay? So Jarrett Hurd said he needs a tune-up fight, and his trainer, that guy, he's a black dude, but he got a Hispanic name. I forgot his name. He's a former Washington, D.C. cop. He was trying to tell Jarrett Hurd, man, fighting J. Rock Williams ain't no tune-up, man. Leave that man alone. That ain't no tune-up. Jarrett Hurd thought, fuck it, man. And Scorsese, shout outs to T, Scorsese, wherever you at on planet Earth, Slim, wherever you at, big ups to Scorsese. He was telling anybody who would listen, man, Yo, I don't know why Jared Hurd fighting this dude, man. He was saying, man, J Rock ain't no hoe. You know what I mean? I was like, man, J Rock gonna get his ass whooped. He kept saying it. J Rock ain't no hoe. And if I'm not mistaken, I think and he was high. Only me and him on these YouTube streets had been high on Jared Hurd way before he was a champion. You know what I mean? I remember Scorsese told me, man, Slim from around your way, man, that dude, because he was fighting on Showbox. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, Jared Hurd. So look what happened. He lost in a tune-up fight to J-Rock. And that's what happened, Neutral Natural. So look, if none of them lost, I believe that fight would have happened. I believe so. I believe that fight would have happened if Hurd hadn't lost to J Rock and Charlo didn't lose to the kid from Detroit, Tony Harrison. But that's when you know, basically when you take a tune-up fight and it goes all the way left, like motherfucking Povetkin and Dillian White. You know what I mean? You check it. All right, Main Boxing Biker says, Cinnamon don't want to fight more Mexicans, but he don't want to fight decent blacks either. So what's left? Europeans? Yeah, absolutely. You answered the questions, and your eyes answered the questions too. Just look at his fights, all his fighters he's fought since he came on the zone. Nothing but Euros. Main Boxing Biker says, Canoli should fight Balonga. Oh, that Puerto Rican guy, your guy, the guy. Hey, Chris ain't high on the Puerto Rican guy. From Lower East Side. 16-0 with 16 KOs, and nobody's gone past the first round. Man,
beat the hell out
yeah, Canoli gonna beat the shit out that dude, man. He not ready. Just look who he's fighting and knocking out in the first rounds. That should tell you all. You know?
Yeah, he ain't fighting nobody yet. You giving them too much.
Yeah.
You gotta wait, man. Don't like one of them guys. When you finally step up, somebody whoop his ass. You gotta let these guys fight some people before y'all start doing it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt by Canoli, man. But we'll see his maturation, and I believe he will be a world champion one day. I believe so. I do. Because you gotta remember, in boxing, anybody could be a world champion these days. Straps are all over the place. There's 4 straps. Somebody gonna move up and wait. Straps gonna be vacant. So I believe he'll be a world champ. Okay, where we at in the chat?
Now if you fight one of them Charlo,
Nah, not now. Neutral Natural says Charlo would KO David Benavidez. Benavidez jaw weak. His jaw weak? I'm not sure. I don't know. I seen him get dropped by Ronald Gavril.
I seen him get robbed by somebody.
Oh, what's his name? Durrell was giving him a little trouble too before they stopped the fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Neutral Natural says Charlo ain't no Durrell. But I'm gonna keep it tall with you, Neutral Natural. I don't agree with that. Charlo will knock out David Benavidez. I don't think he will. I don't think so. He's gonna be moving up in weight. He came from 154 pounds. You know.
Yeah, but that boy kind of big though. I don't think he's gonna stay at 160.
Yeah, he's a big one. He was a big junior middleweight. 160. Look at
Daniel Jacobs. He came from 154. He's going at 168 now.
Danny Jacobs was a 154 pounder. I don't remember that.
He was a 154 pounder before.
Yeah.
Look it up. He was a 154.
That must have been probably early in his career. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
All right. Neutral Natural says Charlo ain't no Durrell. Well, Charlo ain't really beat nobody neither at these 160s and stuff like that. The best guy is Sergey Derevchenko. At 154, he I thought he lost to motherfucking Trout. Look, man, Charlo is Charlo. You know what I mean? Yeah, he knocked out Kenan Bundridge, who's 41 years old. You know, knocked out J-Rock. Now, if you tell me J-Rock ain't got a chin, I'll agree with you 100%. But look, man, he's not knocking out legitimate. He knocked out the 154-pound guys like the Mexican guy or the Hugo Centeno Jr. He's knocked out those type of guys.
Yeah, I agree with you, B. Marsh. He
You
ain't
know?
really fought nobody at the high weights. But
Yeah.
too, I don't like his body language when Jacobs walked up on him, and I ain't like his answer back when they asked him when he fight Laura. I ain't like none of them.
Nah. Yeah. That fast changes his tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Main Boxing Biker says to Neutral Natural, Heard did not want to fight Charlo. Heard himself said he not ready for the fight. I don't know if he didn't want to fight him, man. He had the injury. He did. And he had two straps. He had two straps, WBA and IBF, that Charlo has now. And like I said, man, he had the injury, and he came back for a tune-up fight versus J-Rock, and it went bad. Neutral Natural agrees with Main Boxing Biker. I ain't gonna agree with that though. Now, her wasn't scared of no motherfucking Charlo, and I'm gonna tell y'all like this: I believe Hurd beats that guy. I believe he beats him then, and I believe he beats Charlo today. You guys must have forgot this guy Charlo. He ain't that good. Like, no, that's what we not gonna do. You know, look, man, the guy lost to. Man, he was losing. I was in the building live for that fight versus Gabe Rosado. I was there. I seen that live, and I was like, I don't think he won that fight. You know, I seen him. I thought he lost to Vanis Martirosyan. Now that one, I'm more confident. Clearly, I thought he lost that for sure to Vanis Martirosyan. I seen him losing round. Man, he was losing to motherfucking Tony Harrison in the second fight. The first fight, and I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all. I was rooting for Tony Harrison in both fights. I like Tony Harrison more. He's just a cooler guy. He's a crunk gym guy. He's from Detroit, Emmanuel Stewart. How could I not like the guy? Okay? But in that first fight, I didn't think he beat Charlo. And I was rooting for the guy, but that's why I couldn't be happy. Like, yeah, Tony Harrison snatched that strap off of him. I didn't think he won that fight. I'm watching the second fight. This motherfucker even gets dropped in round two, Tony Harrison, but he's outboxing Charlo. What happened in round 11? He's showboating, and he got clipped. If he just stood on his feet and even just lost one out of the championship rounds, he would have won that fight on my card. So Charlo ain't like what y'all trying to make him out to be. That guy is not that good. Look who he got 3 straps. Look who he beat. Look who he beat in this last joint. He gave this guy a little jab to the midsection, and the guy started having an out of body experience. That fight didn't prove nothing to me. He got 3 straps. Fight the man Jarrett Hurd, and I could bet anybody right now Jarrett Hurd gonna leave with all them straps. I'm trying to tell you, man. Jarrett Hurd, I always thought he could beat that Charlo. Yeah. I more have faith in the bigger Charlo.
Yeah, I think the bigger Charlo is the better fighter.
Me too. I think he's a better fighter than Jamel. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Main Boxing Biker says Danny Jacobs ain't got the real Brooklyn in him. Hey, I don't doubt it, man. That's why he's in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Nah, I ain't saying he in Atlanta because of Atlanta extracurricular activities. That man got his wifey. He got his wifey and his son, you know what I mean? Danny Jacobs, But that's why he in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Just like Tank Davis, he live in Atlanta now too. Main Boxing Biker says, I used to work in the T-Mobile store next to where Teofimo lived. Where did Teofimo live? Where he from in Brooklyn? I just know he from Brooklyn, but I don't even know which part. Maybe Main Boxing Biker gonna fill us in. Main Boxing Biker says, Jacobs just ain't got that BK Savage in him. Facts, he don't. He don't, man. He don't, man. How you gonna get dropped by Sergio Mora, man?
BK Savage, what you want to snatch somebody chain?
Them fellas should be coming into the ring to set it off. Big Daddy Kane shit. You know what I'm saying? You should be coming into the ring to some Lil Kim, Put Your Lighters Up, or Brooklyn Zoo. Or, there's mad Brooklyn anthems. Let's kick this one for the 90s. What's that? That MC Light joint. You know what I'm saying? Cha-cha-cha. Yeah, there's mad Brooklyn anthems. Where we at? Main Boxing Biker says, Kid Chocolate is very chinny. Absolutely. Neutral Natural says, why people act like Saul can't get knocked out. Accumulation of punches stop him. I'm assuming you mean Saul is cannoli. Sauletta. Main Boxing Biker says Quillen been happily married to his snow bunny. LOL. He wearing tight suits and dress shoe now. Yeah, his Jewish lady. Yes, indeed. Main Boxing Biker says uh, Pac Pac versus Brandon Rios. That fight wasn't at a catch weight, was it? That was that.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, because remember Brandon Rios was still at 140.
So maybe he moved. He came up to 147.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know
He came up for that fight.
Yeah. Okay. Main Boxing Biker says Claudia short through that fight. Claudia have a winky right tight defense. He was bigger and stronger and all. Yeah, he was bigger and stronger than Pacquiao, but ain't throw nothing back. Main Boxing Biker says I think that was the T-Mobile Arena first opening fight. Pac versus not T-Mobile Arena. Pac versus Claudia. You mean not T-Mobile Arena, but AT&T Stadium, the Dallas Cowboy joint.
Yeah, I thought that was a Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys. That's probably what he meant. He probably just mistook T-Mobile for AT&T. Main Boxing Biker says Corrales was slicker with the spitting out mouthpiece than AJ. Absolutely, man, because he got himself what many consider. Max Kellerman say that's the greatest fight he's ever seen in his life. Corrales versus Castillo, the first fight. To me, it's not the greatest fight I've ever seen. I like Hagler Hearns more than that.
I like Arguello and Pryor.
Arguello and Pryor, I like that more than that. Absolutely. It's a great fight. It's more great because of what happened in that round. Was it round 10?
Yeah.
Spitting out the mouthpiece, getting dropped twice in that round, then come back and stop the man. That was what was amazing about that fight. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. He did a better job than AJ. Main Boxing Biker says, nah, how about Zab Judah getting low blow by Cotto every time? Cotto was hurt like 4 times. I didn't like that fight, man.
Cotto was about to lose that fight.
Yeah, Cotto was getting his ass whooped. He started low blowing. I ain't like that, man. That shit was
he about to lose that fight.
Yeah, in Madison Square Garden, man. Whole Brooklyn there for Zab Judah. All the Ricans there for the man Cotto. That's a great atmosphere. But unfortunately, man.
That's why I think they need to make that Benavidez and Plant fight, a white boy and a Mexican.
Yeah, on Fox, on regular Fox 5. Yeah, because ever since Caleb Plant won a title, he's only fought on Fox, which is good promotion because he's the only American Caucasian champion, and the Caucasian's gonna gravitate to a guy who has a strap in a sport which is dominated in the States by blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? So that's good marketing, but he got to fight somebody. He's knocking out these guys on Fox in 2-3 rounds. But who are these guys?
You know Sean Newton, you got a Caleb Plant.
Yeah, them fellas ain't going to roll with Caleb Plant because he's a PBC guy. I made a video about that in 2016. Why do the usual suspects, the racists out here that love to tug on Triple G, Kovalev, Lomachenko nuts, these guys, right? They would never talk about the Devechenkos, Beterbeeves, Limpinets. These guys are European fighters. Oh, I know why. Because they was with PBC. That's exactly why. I mean, if these guys were on Bob Arum's Top Rank or motherfucking Matchroom, yeah, they'd be championing these guys. I remember.
If Caleb Plant was to knock out somebody like a Charlo, you know damn well they're gonna jump on that boy's.
Oh man, if that motherfucker knocks out a Charlo, dogs, that motherfucker will be selling out every arena he go to in the United States. I'm saying, if he knock out Charlo on Fox in front of the whole America to see for free, oh man. Caleb Plant, man, will be bigger than Boom Boom Mancini, you know what I mean? And he was a superstar. Yo,
I didn't really like him coming up, though. I thought he was overrated.
Man, Italians till this day and Caucasians alike are still mad about that Livingston Bramble fight. That still hurts them till this day. what Livingston did to Boom Boom Mancini. Cause Boom Boom
You
Mancini,
you can tell they ain't no boxing fans because Ben Boom Mancini wasn't that good skilled to me.
nah, he wasn't. He was just an action-packed fighter, and he was a Caucasian, but from Youngstown, Ohio. He was a Caucasian, you know what I mean? And Aaron Pryor was gonna fight him if this guy didn't lose to Boom Boom Mancini. Aaron Pryor said he cried in the locker room when that man lost because that was gonna be a battle of Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio versus Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a massive fight. Yeah, Boom Boom Mancini would have came up from 135 to 140, but it would have been a massive fight, man. Damn.
Yeah, a white guy I thought was better than Greg Haugen.
Greg Haugen was a badass. He was fucking bad. Hell yeah, he was better than Boom Boom Mancini. He was a real tough SOB. Mr. Doc told us plenty of stories about Greg Haugen because he's from up there, Washington, the state of Washington, up there in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, he got a better resume. Vinny Paz, motherfucking Sweepy, Camacho.
Did he beat Camacho?
Yeah.
First fight?
They fought at least 2-3 times.
Yeah, because I think Camacho ain't really throwing no punches like he's supposed to.
Yeah. Chavez Sr., yeah, he's better than Boom Boom Mancini. Absolutely.
Vinny Paz, too.
Yeah, Vinny Paz, too. Vinny Paz made history by being the first man to ever have a lightweight title. And then his next strap was a 154 from 135. So he ain't getting no title at 140 or 147, but he got himself a 154-pound title. And he was the first man to make that type of history. You know what I mean? I love Vinny Paz. That's my guy, man. He follows me on Twitter. I follow him, too. I went to the movie theater to support his movie.
Yeah, he gave us some free stuff when we did an interview with him.
Yeah, I was like, that interview y'all did was one of the best interviews ever on YouTube because I grew up watching Vinny Paz, you know what I mean? Oh?
Yeah.
Vinny Paz was, because, I lived in Boston them times. And he used to have beef with that Boston fighter named Dana Rosenblatt. Yeah. They hate each other.
He said he still don't like that.
Yeah. To this day, he don't fuck with Dana Rosenblatt. And they split. They fought twice. He won one, Rosenblatt won one.
Yeah.
All right, where we at in the chat? We got a lot of shit in the chat, man. I've been on this piece for about an hour plus. I'm about to sign off soon, though. Hey, y'all, listening up, man. If y'all want a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, hit me up, man. I'll ship that motherfucker to your crib, straight up. But first, I gotta get the paper, you know what I mean? We could talk, man. Talk behind the scenes. Just let me know. All right, where we at in the chat?
Having all the systems, I can verify that.
Yeah. Laptops, all that, man. All kind of electronics. Gaming. I got a big-ass gaming. Them kind of... These new age kind of gaming... I don't know. It's a gaming laptop, but the shit is like a PC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. Yeah, and it can make your room light up, look like a disco show and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those too. All right, where we at in the chat? Okay, yeah, main boxing bike. I do agree with you on that, Zab Judah Cotto. Even Amir Khan, he low blowed Zab Judah to death in that fight, man. I didn't like that.
Yeah. One thing Zab Judah complained about was Claudia. I thought, man, show Zab a fight.
Yeah, that one, he was crying too much. But Claudia was a natural 147 pounder. Look how big he was on him. All right, where we at in the chat? Main Boxing Biker says, I heard he was told not... and I wouldn't doubt this one bit, Main Boxing Biker. Main Boxing Biker says, I heard he was told not to be allowed to have Ann Wolf. He talking about Kirkland versus Canoli. I wouldn't doubt that. I won't doubt if he was told it. We ain't gonna have a fight if you gonna have Ann Wolf in your corner. Main boxing backer says Froch nose be blocking his vision. LOL. Yeah, he got a new nose. That's a new nose he has. Main boxing backer says, son, I still watch bum fights. LOL. The DVD joints. I feel you.
I still got bum fights.
Yeah.
This shit disgusting though.
Where we at? Mando Solo S says Canelo also has a 4-week camp. That's a lame way to hate on the fight as prize fighters. They should always be ready and in shape. Man, Mandolo Ash, I already know you came here because of the title, because you must be a Canoli fan, because I've never, ever, ever in my life seen you in this chat. And it's all good. You're very welcome, right? But why must a man get an 8-week training camp? Okay, Canoli probably been training. He has been. We've been seeing video. Even doing litigation, he been training. Sure. Okay. I don't know if Callum Smith has been training. Whether he has or has not, why must he get a 4-week training camp? That's not boxing, man. What part of the game is that? When Floyd Mayweather used to announce fights, he'd announce fights at least 3 months before. So get your ass in shape, get ready. So Mando Solo? Come on, man. You got to do better than that, man. This is a real boxing channel right here, man. This ain't no fanboy channel over here. We never cape for Canoli over here or anybody who always has to seek an edge on fighters. You know what I mean? Neutral Natural says, that happened to Herring. Which Herring you talking about? Oh, Herring, yeah. Herring just quit the other day, too. You're right about that. Herring got up out of a fight. I forgot who he was fighting, a Hispanic guy. Jamal Herring. Absolutely. Neutral Natural says, ain't nobody want to see Mando Solo. Ain't nobody want to see at Mando Solo. Neutral Natural says, a fight nobody want to see. Yeah. Nobody was clamoring for that fight. And look, if Canoli's so good, you know, why he don't give the man an 8-week training camp? He announced the fight 2 days ago. They're fighting in December. Today's date is the 19th. Come on, man. Come on, dogs. He has exactly 4 weeks because they're fighting on December 19th. Okay? Main Boxing Biker says, Jamal Herring just weaseled out of the fight the other day, too, in that DQ LOL. He quit. I agree with you on that. He did. Mando Solo says, it's actually a real good fight. Smith has the best resume at 168 and is the most accomplished at that weight. And he's 6'3" with 7-inch reach advantage. It's a good fight. Good fight for you. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope it's a good fight, period. I'm not going to argue with you whether it's a good fight or not, because the point you made about him being 6 whatever and fought the best at the competition, look, he fought in that World Boxing Super Series. But, you know, he ain't never unified no straps. He never fought Billy Joe Saunders, never fought Benavidez, never fought Caleb Plant. So that division was wide open, like as in all 4 of the title holders, they needed to fight each other. Nobody's a favorite, like so-and-so's the best. Just because the man went home with a World Boxing Super Series Muhammad Ali trophy, that's well and fine. He did fight an injured George Groves. You ain't mentioned that, though, Mando Solo. Remember, that man fought an injured George Groves, and George Groves was whooping his ass for 6 rounds until he got caught with that right hook, and that changed the fight, and he got stopped in the corner. Remember that? But for the most part, he was losing that fight. So it might be a good fight to you. You did a better job than the zone trying to sell it to me, but I ain't gonna hold you, Mando Solo. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying what you're saying as far as it's a great fight, but that's up to you to believe it is, and I'm not buying it on the zone. I don't even have the zone. Okay, where we at in the chat? Main Boxing Biker says, yo, them Benavidez brothers ain't got no friends. LOL, they beef with everybody. You know, but I tell you like this, though. One thing I do, I give Benavidez props. Out of all these boxers, he be having the best shines, Chris. You know what I mean? David Benavidez be having the best gold chains. He don't wear these gay ass chokers these new niggas wear. Like Tank, even Errol Spence. And I should have known. You know, Jared Hurd was just wearing a little dog chain. But then when he started getting his little millions, he got into that choker Cuban link choker crew. You know what I mean? And that's when it all went downhill for him. Tank Davis, Adrian Broner, Errol Spence, the Charlos, these tight chains, and these niggas, they don't even know how to coordinate their shines. They shines be overlapping each other. You know what I mean?
Danny Garcia got good chains too.
He do? I can't remember seeing him with shines. Maybe I haven't seen him recently. But David Benavidez, he be wearing a nice Biggie Smalls type Jesus piece, or should I say Ghostface, because they were the first people I seen with the Jesus piece, and he wears just regular gold Cuban links or Figaro chains. You know what I mean? Just regular gold shit with nice Jesus piece, not these chokers that are meant for women. You know what I'm saying? Those are meant for women. And then again, these new boxes, they wear white gold. They don't wear the yellow shit. I don't get it, man. I can't buy no white gold when that shit look like silver. I ain't buying no white gold chain, no white gold Rolex, none of that. Yellow gold, nothing more, nothing less. Yellow. But David Benavidez do be having the best shines out of any of these boxes. You know what I'm saying? I guess he be feeling like Tony Montana. That's why he be skiing in Arizona where he from, sniffing that yayo. I said, man, where we at? Neutral Natural says Canoli need to drop the middleweight title ASAP. He does. Let other people fight for it.
Yeah, because you obviously can't make the weight.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. It's only right. Just Mando Solo says he already made 2 offers to Plant. You just hating. Sure, Mando Solo, I'm hating. Whatever you say. Neutral Natural says I agree, but they allowed him a voluntary defense when he didn't deserve one. The number 1 guy should have been ordered to fight someone, not just giving a Mando coming off a loss. Who you talking about? Which one you talking about, Neutral Natural? You talking about the Avni Yildirim? Main Boxing Biker says to Amanda Solo, no, Canelo was already training. He snuck this fight up on Callum Smith so he can have an unfair advantage. Yeah, Amanda Solo thinks he's talking to some newbies to this boxing game. I'm not even going to argue. I can't argue with somebody who's coming to tell me that he offered Caleb Plant 2 offers. How you know? Well, I ain't see none of that. You got the contract? Show me that paperwork. That's the new thing. Show that paperwork. Throw that paperwork party so we could see the 2 offers to Caleb Plant. I Am Supreme says, who's your top 5 right now? My top 5 in boxing, top 5 pound for pound. Bud Crawford, the Monster Inoue. I'd probably put Canoli in the top 5, maybe at number 5. So how many is that I mentioned? 3. I put Alexander Usyk. And maybe Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, I put Teofimo in the top 5, at least top 5.
Him on there because he beat Lomachenko and Coleman
back to back. Took strap off of fellas back to back. Nobody does that in boxing no more. Nobody do that. The last person to do stuff like that was Julius Ndongo, back to back. And then he was going for undisputed. He was going for the gusto. But then he ran into Bud Crawford and he got ended in 2 rounds or 3 rounds? Yes, 3 rounds. But he did do back to back. Yeah, he did what Teofimo did, but he didn't win the undisputed fight. You know what I mean? But I put Teofimo because Mikey Garcia and guys like Lomachenko, Tank Davis, they wanted no smoke with Lomachenko. But the young boy, 23 years old, just did the unthinkable. So yeah, he's definitely in the top 5. So that's the 5 I got. And I have Usyk because the man was undisputed, cleaned up the whole division at cruiserweight. And he's now trying to get himself a heavyweight title. You know what I mean? I'll give him props for that. Main Boxing Biker says Cinnamon made Jacob miss like 8 jabs in a row, like a combo miss. Yeah, that was bad. He did the same to Triple G. Canelo's upper body head movement is second to none right now. Neutral Natural says Canelo is a safe fighter like Floyd Mayweather. He took his blueprint to the extreme. I don't know about Floyd Mayweather being a safe fighter, man. Guys like Miguel Cotto is a bigger fighter than Floyd Mayweather, and he busted up his nose. Gave Floyd a difficult fight. When you seen Canoli, huh?
Mayweather kind of walked Canoli down in some of them rounds.
He sure did, yeah. And Canoli don't be coming out of a fight with his nose bleeding like Floyd Mayweather did versus Cotto. Look at the Maidana versus Floyd Mayweather fight, yo. A lot of people don't rate Floyd Mayweather like that. Like, this man ain't an all-time great. Floyd Mayweather's a bitch-ass nigga outside the ring. But in the ring, I rate that man. I do. And I rate him at welterweight too. You know, some people always try shit on him and they just claim he was only a good fighter when he was Pretty Boy. Nah, he was a good fighter and motherfucking, he beat Pacquiao. People said he's running from Pacquiao. He made easy work of him. Don't even mention what he did to Canoli. He won a single round. And he looked like a little schoolboy. Huh?
They proved their argument when they said Pacquiao was over when Floyd beat him, but Pacquiao just beat Keith Thurman.
Yeah, and Pacquiao's even older than Floyd. I'm sorry, Floyd is older than Pacquiao. You know? Yeah, Floyd did good work at 140, 147. You see when he
when your man resume too. Look what the guys done after they lost to him. Canoli went on to beat some good fighters and Pacquiao.
Yeah. Now Robert the Ghost Guerrero, look, people try to hate on that fight. Man, don't blame the Ghost Guerrero. Floyd Mayweather fought that guy because he was a mandatory, because he beat Berto. Berto was the one who was supposed to fight Floyd. He fucked that up. You know what I mean? Then he fought Maidana twice, Pacquiao, Canoli. Then he fought Berto his last fight. Come on, I didn't care. I wasn't mad at him fighting Berto. Hey, I'd been saying it for years.
Because Berto was supposed to fight Mosley, but that thing happened in Haiti.
In Haiti, right. Yeah.
So Floyd ended up fighting.
And Berto fucked that money up twice. In the first, not Virgil Ortiz. What's the guy's name? Ortiz. The guy who headbutted Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fight, he was the champ. He had the WBC strap. And he lost.
Both of them ended up getting Floyd fights.
Both of them. Guerrero and Victor Ortiz. Because Berto fucked them fights up and lost. And he was supposed to win. He was favored to win both.
Yep.
And Floyd just threw him a bone at the end of his career. Like, I don't like you anyways. And he fought him and he beat his ass. And in round 12, he was about to stop Berto. Go look at round 12. He was beating the shit out of Berto. So Floyd Mayweather, I don't be subscribing to that stuff like Floyd Mayweather fought safe, man. Floyd Mayweather, man, beat up big dudes. He beat up bigger fighters than him in his second phase of his career. You know what I mean? And he gets all props from me. Now, if Floyd Mayweather never ever till this day fought Manny Pacquiao, I would never let him live. But after he fought Pacquiao and beat him, Floyd ain't need to prove nothing ever again to me in boxing. And that's just the truth. Main Boxing Biker says, I bet y'all can't find a fight more boring than Klitschko versus Povetkin. Klitschko versus Povetkin, man.
I can't find one.
That was
Klitschko versus that other dude. That's why the HBO took him off the network. What's that other damn European?
Was it Maskiev?
Not him, the other guy.
Ibrahimovic? Igor Ibrahimovic? Yeah, that was bad. That was worse than motherfucking Povetkin. Povetkin was bad too because of all that leaning. That was bad.
Yeah, but that was the worst because Larry Birch was cut. Larry Birch was like, I want to see where
Hell yeah, man. That was bad, man. And that fight was a unification. It was. Dude had a WBO belt.
Yep.
All right, where we at in the chat? Yeah, go ahead.
Leaning on the whole
Yeah, he kept leaning on Povetkin. That shit was bad. But maybe
the other guy, Bogdanovich, he kept holding and leaning.
Yeah, he was holding. Yep. Yeah, that was a good one, man, Boxing Bike. I forgot about Klitschko Povetkin. Boxing Learner, what the deal, man? Boxing Learner's in the chat. He says, boring fight is a narrative, so they don't have to fight that particular fighter. Absolutely. They're trying to say that Devin Haney's boring now and stuff like that. They said Rigondeaux's boring. They say Floyd Mayweather's boring. Whatever. Floyd never been boring to me. Nope.
Yeah, he was on the knockout streak when he was at 130.
Hell yeah. Man, go look at Floyd.
I remember that. Got
Yeah.
a lot of knockouts at 130.
Mm-hmm. Main Boxing Biker says Klitschko versus Povetkin was like jab, jab, clinch, jab, clinch, clinch. Yeah. And leaning.
The same thing with Bogdanovich, though. He ain't really throw no punches.
Yeah. Neutral Natural says Vlad wasn't considered pound for pound, but why Fury and Usyk are on pound for pound rankings? Pound for pound is for smaller fighters for them to get shine like on most pound for pound lists. Jamel Charlo ain't in nobody top 10. But Neutral Natural, I got to correct you on that. By the time Vladimir Klitschko lost to Tyson Fury, he was in the top 10 pound for pound.
Yep.
He was in the top 10. He wasn't number 1, no, but he was at least between 6 and 8. I remember that.
I remember at one point, both of them was on the list one time.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So Vlad was considered pound for pound. Not number 1, but he was. Both of them were on the pound for pound list.
Neither one of them was number 1.
Nah.
I think they was in the top 10, though.
In my lifetime, only time I've ever seen a heavyweight number 1 is Mike Tyson, like 88, 89. Before he ran into Buster Douglas, he was number 1 pound for pound, and Julio Cesar Chavez was number 2, and Pernell Whitaker number 3.
Lewis was up there too.
Who?
Lennox Lewis was up there on the list too before.
Yeah, he was. Lennox Lewis was. Yeah, he was in the early 2000s. He was in the pound for pound list. I'll never forget in my life when a heavyweight is on a pound for pound list because they're rarely there. You know what I mean? Holyfield was there. Holyfield was there in the 2000s.
Yeah, I remember seeing them like in late 90s.
Late 90s.
There was a lot of guys in the heavyweights up there.
Yeah.
Tyson was up there.
Nah, Tyson wasn't there. Last time Tyson was in the pound for pound was when he lost to Buster Douglas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At one point in time, there was heavyweights. If you go back then to now, there was some heavyweights up there.
Yeah. In the old or early KO magazines, Larry Holmes is like number 3. I'm talking about like 1983, 83, 84, and then Camacho and Hagler was number 1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hagler was number 1. Camacho was creeping his way in that motherfucker. You had Eusebio Pedroza was in that joint before he lost to that Irish dude. What's the Barry McGuigan? Azuma Nelson was pound for pound in the 80s, and then he became again in the mid 90s.
For you young cats, that's why before we had YouTube, we used to have to go in the back of classified ads to order the fights on VHS tapes.
Yeah, from the Source magazine.
Yeah, for KO magazine, and they used to have classified ads for boxing fights you can order in the back.
Yep. Yeah. Even the Source magazine had fights like by the tapes for pay-per-views.
Yeah. This dude had like this dude from New York I used to order from, he had like, you can buy a guy tape, you can buy like damn near their whole career.
Oh yeah.
Well, he'll send you like, cause you know you can't put all them damn fights on one VCR tape. He'll send you like 4 tapes. 4 8-hour tapes.
Absolutely. All right, where we at? Neutral Natural says Jamal Charlo fought prime fighters with different styles. Jamel Charlo. Yeah, he might have. Look, different styles. He's fought a lot of flat-footed Mexicans too. You know, he's fought. He knocked out the boxer puncher in Tony Harrison. Sure. Who else has he fought? Austin Trout, which also was a close fight. Now I thought he beat him more convincingly than the Charlo at 160. You know what I mean? Because he did drop Austin Trout like twice. But you don't make the pound for pound list at that stage by beating Austin Trout who was coming off of losses. You know, he ain't beating no real legitimate pound for pounder, you know what I mean? So you check it. So is Jamel Charlo a pound for pounder? He got 3 straps. I don't know. I never considered him pound for pound. Nah. I don't know about that. Boxing Learner says Terrence is hard-headed. He can't get out his own way. Terrence Crawford sitting pretty, man. Number 1 pound for pound again. You know? And he keeps saying, look, he don't need Errol Spence. He don't need him. He makes millions regardless. We need the fight, though, as boxing fans. So I didn't particularly like him saying that. But then again, man, you know, if he don't fight Errol Spence, I'm not going to blame Bud. I'm blaming both of them. Main Boxing Biker says Ernesto Rodriguez is Hurd's former trainer. That's the dude. Ernesto Rodriguez, former DC cop. And they had a bad fallout. They never spoke to each other after the loss to motherfucking J-Rock. They never spoke again, you know? Because dude told him, Ernesto told Hurd, leave that man J-Rock alone. That's not a tune-up fight. Coming off a surgery on your shoulder. Leave him alone. And hey, man, that's why the man Jared Hurd now is that with that K. Karama guy, the guy who coaches Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson lives in the DMV. He does, because he trains in a gym in Alexandria, Virginia. You know what I mean? I don't go to Virginia. If you're going to Virginia, don't be going out there trying to break the law, because they don't play out there, man. They'll lock your ass up. You know what I mean? I don't go to Virginia. Yeah. Don't go out there messing around. You get caught with a spliff, you're going to be sitting for probably 30 days for a joint. Yeah, I mean. All right, where we at in the chat? Neutral Natural says Dillian White got his chin broken. Yeah, he got a suspect chin. I know Chris Caban been saying that.
Yeah, I always knew that.
Yeah.
When I seen him fight Joshua hit him with just a regular jab, and when he fought the man on Chisora.
Yeah, and Hellenius. Hellenius made his knees buckle, did a funny dance.
I like, this dude can't take no punch.
Mm-hmm. And Povetkin might do it again.
It's a regular jab. It looked like really Joshua didn't have nothing on there. It looked like he had grabbed it. Hell no. I'm like, what the? I'm like, this dude got a bad chin.
Yeah. He dropped Povetkin twice. Povetkin got up. Povetkin cut with 1 uppercut. Dude was asleep, and he ain't get up. Povetkin don't even really show emotions, but he did that night. He jumped around. Yep. Okay, where we at in the chat? Main Boxer Biker says, hit the thumbs up button, y'all. Thanks a lot, man. Salute. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. Hit the thumbs up. You know, when you come to B March Boxing, man, yo, this a real channel, Slim. You know what I mean? I'm not here for subs or views. We just here for the love of boxing, you know what I mean? You check it. This ain't a fanboy channel. Like Mando Solo, he came on. That's why I told him, you must be new over here. Because nobody capes for any one particular fight on this channel. I don't give a fuck if it's a fighter I love. If you come in here tugging on his nuts, I'm going to call your bluff. You know what I mean? You check it. So we just do this boxing thing over here, man. You check it. I got a little time tonight. I was thinking about this all day. I was busy. I ain't even take off my shoes. I came in the door and just pressed record. You know what I'm saying? About to eat my dinner after this. Whoa. Okay, where we at in the chat? Neutral Natural says, Virgil Ortiz better stay away from Terrence Crawford, even though he's number 2 in the WBO. Yeah, Bud Crawford beats that guy. But hey, if the rankings say he's moved up to number 1 and it's going to be a mandatory, hey, man, that ain't Bud Crawford's problem. I don't give a fuck if Virgil Ortiz is 16-0. Teofimo Lopez got himself a strap at 13-0. You know what I mean? So Some guys are fast tracked. Tank Davis became a world champion at 16-0. So I don't believe he beats Bud. Nobody in the welterweight division does. That's just me. Neutral Natural says, y'all watching the NBC boxing tonight? What time do it start? I'm about to go watch it in a bit. Boxing Learner says Andrade needs to get PBC. Yeah, that'd be nice, man. That'd be nice. So he can fight Charlo. Neutral Natural says John Jackson was giving Charlo that work until he touched his own eye. Facts. John Jackson was washing him for 6 rounds. Charlo lost every single minute, every single second of that fight, every single round until he caught him in round 6. And then it was a wrap. Main Boxing Biker says Jacobs moved to ATL and then got a Jerry curl. He did. Neutral Natural says he got the intangibles, but not enough tangibles. Who you talking about? Charlo? Main Boxing Biker says, I like the Israel Vasquez versus Rafael Marquez trilogy. Phew. Vasquez still blind in one eye till this day. Yeah, that wasn't even a trilogy. They fought 4 times. 4 times. I believe the first fight was definitely Rafael Marquez. He came up in weight from 118 to 122. He beat Rafael Marquez. The second fight, he beat Israel Vasquez. The second fight, Israel Vasquez won. The third fight, I believe it was a draw. And the last fight was Israel Vasquez won. There was one draw. I believe that was the third one. Main Boxing Biker, Main Boxing Biker says Fig Newton don't like Caleb Plant because he got a black girl. Facts. That's why. And he looked like John B. But not after the Uskatagi fight. After the Uskatagi fight, he looked like what you call it, man? I'm trying to think who he looked like. He looked like a hillbilly, man, straight up. Fig Newton says, don't like Caleb Plant. Oh, yeah, yes. Main Boxing Biker says, I might need a PS5 in about 2 weeks. Well, I got my last one. I sold plenty of them joints. I got my last one. And I don't think it's going to be around in 2 weeks. I don't think. But I'm a kind of guy, I could hold that motherfucker for you. Just as long as you going to buy it. Just today, my homegirl, Charlene, she just bought a PlayStation 4. She told me last week to hold the joint because she was interested in the PS5. I told her about the price. She was like, man, I can't do that. So I told her I got a PS4 and she was like, okay, she'll do that. And she told me, hold that joint for me for about a week or 2. And that was early. That was actually like on Monday. And she just grabbed it today. And I did what she asked. I took that shit because I got it on numerous sites online. I took it off online and I held it. And she just scooped it up today. Yeah, I mean, so if man is serious, because there's a lot of niggas out here who be faking, just talking, man. I hate these type of people, man. We're not going to get into that. You already know the deal, Main Boxing Biker. Main Boxing Biker asked, you got IG, B Marsh? Nah, I ain't got IG. I don't. I just have Twitter. Main Boxing Biker says, how link up with you? Email? I could do that. My email is bmarsh333@gmail.com. Bmarsh like my channel, 333@gmail.com.
Yeah, I can vouch for him. He got the Xboxes and the PlayStation.
Yes, indeed, and games. And I had Nintendo Switches, all of them gone. But yeah, just let me know, Main Boxing Biker. But I'm gonna tell you, like right now, they not being sold for no $500. I've been slanging these things for $1,000. I've been meeting people at the police station. I'm not gonna get my brains blown out by somebody for a PS5. That's why I keep it safe. We meeting at the motherfucking police station. You know what I mean? Man, I'm not playing because niggas will pull out that burner, man. People go crazy for PS5 and patent leather Jordans. Jordan number 11, Concord, Space Jams, motherfucking bread joints. Somebody will lose their life for them kicks. It's been happening since 1995. It's still happening till today. You know what I mean? All right, where we at in the chat? Boxing Learner says, I don't think Javante is not that strong at lightweight. I don't think Javante is not that strong at lightweight. Maybe not. How many fights has he really had at lightweight? His previous fight, Gamboa, he fought a blown up featherweight, so that really can't tell me nothing. Main Boxing Biker says Canoli got bad knees. These dudes need to fight him. Need to fight him, B-hop style. Jab your knee into his knee and stuff. True indeed. Yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's a fight. Diabinuli, what's up, Diabinuli? He says, "What happened to you coming on Beats Hangout?" You see, these type of questions, man. Diabinuli never comes on my channel. He ain't even coming here to talk boxing. Next, Main Boxing Biker says, Yo, Pacquiao. Yo, Pacquiao was good to these white boys. Floyd beating him up hurted them badly. Absolutely, man. I Am Supreme says Victor Ortiz. That's the name. It was slipping my mind. Diabinuli says Ibrahimovic. Yeah, that's the dude we mentioned. Ibrahimovic. Or whoever that guy was, man, that for that unification. HBO said, man, y'all can't fight on this channel no more. Main Boxing Biker says nobody has more fight parties happening than Floyd and Mike Tyson. Pacquiao too. Pacquiao be having fight parties, and I can't just say that. Canelo too, man, but not so much when he got to the zone. Hey, I told y'all right when Leo Santa Cruz fought Tank Davis a few weekends ago. My neighbors, they Hispanic. They had a lot of people come to the house with food, men, women, and children having a fight party. They came in. They were loud coming in. That's how I could hear them from my crib. They had beer, food. They were about to have a party. They were loud coming inside the apartment. Dogs. Yeah.
That Gucci versus Jeezy on right now.
Oh, it is? Okay, hold on. Let me finish this story. Then I'm about to shut down this live stream. But let me finish this story. So after that knockout, when Tank knocked Leo Santa Cruz out, and I was doing my live stream, and Tank Davis, none of them had even done a post-fight interview yet. They didn't do the interview yet on the mic. Yo, I could just hear people come leaving out of my Hispanic neighbor's house. It was quiet than a motherfucker, man. They were quiet, dogs. It wasn't as lively as they were when they came in. You know what I'm saying? They seen the same knockout we all did. And they were in their feelings. I thought that was funny to me. You know what I mean? It was funny to me. I guess they were highly invested in Santa Cruz. Don't be highly invested in this shit, man. This is just boxing. I ain't gonna lose sleep off of nobody getting knocked out. All right, let me hurry up and finish, y'all. Yeah, but Hispanic fighters have big fight parties too, man. Don't get it twisted. Canoli, before he got on the zone, would have big fight parties. Ever since he got on the zone, nobody even knows what day he's fighting. So nobody even knows where to find his fight because they got to go on an app. Boxing Learner says, I think Campbell has a good chance of stopping Ryan. And Rolly could be beat up regardless at lightweight to many better fighters. Absolutely. Rolly will get beat up by that same Martinez guy, the Dominican that he fought in the first fight. If they do a rematch, he's going to lose that fight. And Luke Campbell definitely has a good chance. I don't know about stopping Ryan. I don't know about stopping him, but he definitely could beat him on points. He got to use that jab. But this guy, Ryan, got faster hand speed, and he's a little bit more quicker with the hand speed and the footwork. He's not so much a stiff Euro fighter. I'm rooting for Luke Campbell, though. I ain't going to hold y'all. I'm rooting for Luke Campbell, though. Main Boxing Biker says, son, I almost got robbed in East New York for my Space Jam Jordans. I took off running. Them dudes is fast as hell. Yeah, man, I won't doubt it, man. People get killed every Christmas because every Christmas they drop them Jordan 11s, patent leather, with his Concord Space Jams, the Brads. This year they coming out with a brand new color we never seen before. They have the 72 and 10 joints. So, yeah, man, people get murked for them joints. So that's it, man. I done read everybody's chat. We've been here for over an hour and a half. I'm about to seal the deal. Big ups to everybody in the chat. I ain't even got to read everybody's names except my guy, Main Boxing Bike, of course, Neutral Natural. My day ones, you already know. I love y'all niggas, man. Y'all salute y'all. Y'all fellas come in here. We talk boxing. And we don't come in this joint trolling or asking nut-ass questions or just tugging on somebody's nuts, man. That's not boxing talk. Not this channel. I'm a fan of Deontay Wilder, but I didn't go to the extremes like other channels. And as a matter of fact, they made Deontay Wilder now, he's lost a lot of credibility for me. When he fights Tyson Fury in the third fight, I will be rooting for the American heavyweight. Why wouldn't I? But we'll see what's next, y'all. Okay, one more chat I got to read before I leave out. Andres Molina says, why did Charlo put into notice Korobov a few weeks before? Because he was in a rush for a rival. The same here. Canelo just came out from court and he wanted to fight this year. When Charlo fought Korobov, it was a late notice fight. Yeah, it was. You know why? Because Charlo was supposed to fight somebody. It's slipping my mind. Somebody remind me in the chat before I sign out. So that's a very bad example, Andres Molinas. This is boxing. Andy Ruiz got a 5-week notice to fight AJ, and he did what he did. Now, if AJ won that fight, you think I'd be sitting here saying, man, AJ a bitch ass nigga, man. He only gave that man a 5-week notice. No, not at all. It was a short notice fight because the big boy, Big Baby, popped dirty for steroids. So they had to fight a replacement. Same goes for Korobov. Now, who he was supposed to fight Charlo did, I can't remember. It's slipping my mind right now. You know what I mean? I wish somebody could remind me. But he wasn't the first guy. Oh, I do remember. And I'm going to call your bluff right now, Andres Molinas, because you ain't talking to no rookie over here. You know who Charlo was supposed to fight? Willie Monroe Jr. Guess what happened to Willie Monroe Jr.? He took steroids, tested positive for steroids, for PEDs. Guess what? He's out of there. They brought a short minute replacement, and it's the guy Korobov. I know what you're trying to do, Andres Molinas. You try to throw the black dude under the bus, try to make him look like cannoli, but nope, you failed. You're wrong. Bad example, Andres Molinas. Sorry. You came here. I ain't never seen you on my channel before, and you came in here, and I just called your bluff. Yanked up your whole skirt, and we seen everything. B-March Boxing, we signing off. Chris Caban, you want to say peace to the people?
Peace, y'all.
Big up, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Salute to Chris Caban. I'm about to go watch this Jeezy and Gucci. And before I sign off, I don't listen to neither of them guys, right? I ain't never listened to neither of them. That's just not my style. But I'm rooting for Gucci, man. I'm rooting for Gucci, man. Because Jeezy sent some niggas to try kill Jeezy. Tried to kill Gucci, man. You know what I mean? And he bodied one of them in his crib. He put one of them in the dirt because dude tried to take his life. So I'm rooting for Gucci, and I hope he wins it. You know? I ain't got nothing against down south rappers. I'm not, just today I was listening to The Witch Doctor and Cool Breeze. Remember Cool Breeze?
Yeah, he went to
Dungeon Family. He was vicious. And his album had no cussing on the joint. No swearing at all. And it was hard. I was listening to that today. And that's when like Andre from Outkast would say, that's when the South had something to say. You know what I mean? I like Southern rappers. I like Project Pat. I like UGK, 8 Ball MJG. But Jeezy and them guys, I never got with that. That trap shit, man. It's just not my style. You know what I mean? But I like Project Pat. Because Project Pat's a lyricist and he just got his own style and you cannot duplicate it. You know what I mean? But yeah, B-March Boxing about to sign off. I'm gone. Peace.